What's up, my moon babes? Welcome or welcome back to another reading. If you are seeing this reading, then this reading chose you. So let's get right into it. This is also falling on the night of the full moon, which falls in Libra, April 1st, 2026. So let's see what this moon, this energy is bringing you guys. For my group one, we have a crab charm here. Some of you may be Cancers, Cancerians, or may have love for marine life. Who knows? And then for my group twos, you actually have two charms. I'm so sorry this keeps like moving. I'm gonna try not to hit the desk so much this time because it literally cannot take even a touch. But you have a peacock, my group twos. You also have a cloud. This kind of like wanted to come out. It also looks like an anime cloud, so that may be significant. Take your time, choose your reading, pause the reading if you need to, and I will see you guys in the next clip. Hello, my group ones. If you chose this crab, then this reading is for you. We're gonna put the little crabby to the side, and I do have other oracle cards pulled here. Some I've seen, some I haven't, so let's get into it. For your first card, you have new moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. You have to the sea, which is funny. This is one of the cards that I did see. And I actually was pulling it for group two at the time. So it's funny that it came out and it flew to your side. So I was like, I know this is for them. This is for my group ones. Then we have a time for a nap. You have pain. Don't let that frighten you. Let me read the cards first. You have courage. Barrage is the plant, I believe. And then your last card is 𝖊𝖏𝚗, which I am going to read. My ears just started ringing as I look at this. Of course, I thought about psychedelic shrooms, getting deeper into the mind, growth. Yeah. I am going to read on this card, though. Let's see if we can position these a little better, huh? I just heard the song by Salt. Why? Maybe you guys should listen to that. I'll put it in the description box below as well. I hope that looks okay. Sometimes it's hard to put cards on the screen when they're different sizes. Let's put these at the bottom then, huh? Alrighty, luck is on your side. You do have pain here. I feel like this moon is gonna bring up, I want to say a lot of memories of pain or triggers of pain, but for a reason, for growth, for things for you to teach, for you to learn to be able to teach, maybe, for some of you. You have courage. You have the courage to go through it. This to the sea here, this is kind of giving me like it's time to go to the sea. It's time to go really deep within and assess your emotions, see how you feel. Be still for a little bit. Don't allow yourself to be still. Even when like things are stressing you out, things are like, oh, what is this? What is this? What is this? This is coming up next. This is coming up next. Just literally take a time in that moment. Time for a nap. Literally give your mind a break at times. You are okay. Luck is on your side. I feel like this reading is a reminder of that, but also bringing you the lesson of that. Like, okay, hey, you don't always have to freak out in every situation. It doesn't always have to be, I gotta da-da-da-da-da-da. Give yourself a little bit of grace. I wanted to say control at first, but it's like with that grace, you'll gain a sense of control. You feel more so out of control when things are all over the place, right? Like when you're in pain, when you feel like you can't control where this pain is coming from, or how this pain or how things are attacking you that are causing this pain. Let me read on this 𝖊𝖏𝚗 card. I did put the book away. Trying to be neater with my desk because this desk gets so crazy. Alrighty. Shroomka. Alrighty, here is that card. I'm not gonna read the entire thing. I'm gonna let you all read it. I'll read this part right here. Engage in self-discovery and seize opportunities for personal growth and transformation. I must use this time wisely and embrace all new experiences that make the most of my transformation and growth. This kind of feels like accelerated growth, a catalyst of some sort. Wherever this moon, like the energy around this moon is bringing you, it's going to be a catalyst of something. Looking at this arrow is like finally drawing the bow back and pulling it, you know? It's like a finally type of moment. It's like you drink this Shroomka potion and now it's time to just take your shot. You know what I'm saying? With this, it's kind of like I said, a rushed growth, like a rushed catalyst growth, because I don't want to say it's rushed. It's something that's pushing you further, and it may hurt, but you going through pain, you learning your emotions more. I always say your emotions are beacons, and your emotions are beacons to learn from, like to guide you, and you can learn from them. And I feel like this is definitely a big thing right now. Spirit is asking that you tap into your courage as you go through this, because you will need it. And it's not like a big test or anything. It kind of feels like, I don't want to say it's like a test. I don't want to say a test. Like I said, it just feels like a catalyst, like a moment in time, like a blink in time. Sorry, you see this top, I'm putting on lip balm, because the more I talk, you know, it goes away. But it feels like somebody's finally like pushing play or pushing fast forward a little, because it's time for you to get to where you need to be, you know? It kind of feels like a really good tower moment, like a good cleanse. And it's time for you to relax, though. It does feel like a tower moment, like the universe is causing a tower moment in your life. It's time for you to take a nap. It's time for you to really dive deep, and it's like you're diving deep. You're understanding yourself more. You're looking at these. You're asking questions. Why, right? Like that song I brought up earlier. But continue to ask yourself those questions. Continue to, when you have the number 7 here as well, luck. Continue to ask yourself those questions. Continue to just try to learn yourself as much as you can, even if you aren't getting answers right then and there, you know? Keep going. Luck is on your side. You are a very lucky individual. You are a very blessed individual. And God is calling for you to do really great things. But you have to go through your test. You have to, and I don't want to call it a test, but it kind of is one. Like, you have to go through this to get to the other side. And and it doesn't feel like you won't. It just feels like a test of your own patience, a test of your own capability to do things, a test of your courage, you know? But also, Spirit is like, time for a nap. Spirit is like, it is time for you to rest and digest. And let yourself, like I said, give yourself grace to go through things. Give yourself grace as things happen. Assess them, rest and digest, you know? Assess how things make you feel majorly at this time, especially if they're causing you pain. Take your time with those emotions. Don't just rush into dealing with them. You know what I'm saying? Yes, there might be a big thing that happened, but you are allowed to take your time. You are allowed to... I also want to say you're allowed to grow from them. Maybe that's a problem some of you may have had. You weren't giving yourself time, space, and energy to grow from your past, or, you know, past events. And certain things may trigger that, but that is the universe's way of saying, hey, it is time to grow from this. It is time to move forward from this and find our way again. We have a little arrow pointing her in the right direction. Yeah, it's like you finding your way again through that, without that, I want to say. And not necessarily without it, because the things that we go through shape us, but putting it in a little deeper in your mind. How I look at it is kind of like not suppressing it, just finding a good spot for it on your mind, burying it, grieving it, and allowing it to die out to feed everything else around it. You know what I'm saying? But in a good way. Just breaking it down and learning from it and allowing it to feed into other aspects of your life in a positive way. Now you know what not to do. Now you know this is what happened if this happens, you know? But you don't sit here and beat yourself up about it. Yes, you may ask why at some point, but hey, you'll find that why eventually. Maybe it's not time for you to do so right now, but the universe will eventually show you your why. This thing shaking is the most irritating, degrading thing ever. Okay, I'm gonna take that moon. Ooh, it's kind of reversey there. Let's see. Alrighty, moon. Miss Luna. Page of Cups in reverse. Page of Cups in reverse. And Six of Swords. Ooh, I don't know why I said Six of Swords. It's actually the Six of Wands. Six of Swords, seeing how you can finally move forward. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Wands. Seeing how you can finally move forward, finding your flow within it. But first is getting over a hurdle. And I understand this, moon. It's like you're really truly not going to see everything right now, but the further you go in your journey, you will see and understand why this thing, or why this thing did happen or is currently happening. Because I do feel like it's two things. It feels like a trigger of the past, but it could be something. It doesn't really feel new, honestly. This feels like something you probably have been dealing with, and it's being brought up for a reason, and you are finding that you're feeling in your intuition, okay, it's a trigger. Like, why am I feeling this pull towards it? Why am I feeling like, oh, we have the Page of Cups here. I do want to clarify the Page of Cups. I feel like it's kind of like you, because you aren't able to truly figure everything out, or you don't have all, like, the moon only illuminates so much, you know? The further out you get, the darker it is. So it's like, I feel like you are trying to peek into the darkness and figure your way, or rush past the moon's light, and you can't see, and it's making you a little grumpy, making it hard to navigate the world in a much lighter sense. Can I have a card for this Page of Cups, a clarification card? We have the High Priestess. You know why. You have the World. Yeah, I feel like your things are so slow moving for you, but it's for a reason. And it's funny because you have the 𝖓𝖏𝐾, which talks about like a catalyst of growth. Maybe this is something that affected you in your childhood as well with the Page of Cups, and it's been a long time coming. With the High Priestess, you definitely grew from it with the World, and we had the Knight of Pentacles. Something that was slow moving, this growth, it may be slow moving, this situation may be slow moving, but in the end, you eventually see, okay, this is how I came out of it. This is how I can come out of it. I have the World on my hands. You have the World, and then you have the Two of Wands there. Earlier when he had the World in his hands, it's like, this is my burden to bear. This is my lesson to understand and to no longer ignore. This is why this is being brought up again, you know? The lessons. I kind of see why you had the crab as I see why you had the crab as a charm. Because it's literally to the sea, is you really, really tapping into your emotions and following your intuition wholeheartedly and trusting it, and seeing how successful you can truly be. You can truly feel how finding your flow. Yes, it's a lot, but you're finding your flow. You're trying to understand it, and the more you understand, it's like the more you understand yourself. Wow. The more you understand yourself, the more you'll grow. The more you'll start to understand why all these things were happening. Two It's a true pair, and they're both in reverse. Interesting. And then we have the Lovers here. Okay, so this may have something to do with a relationship. And then we have the World. This came out upright first, but this is in reverse. Okay. I want to say you don't need something or someone to make you successful. You are an individual at the end of the day. You will make your own choices. You have to start having real conversation with yourself so you can heal fully. This is definitely a slow-moving process, but I feel like this moon is going to make you realize something about yourself, and it's not going to feel good, but you know eventually it's going to be good, and it's happening for a reason. And I feel like you're kind of just like, why? Like, what the heck is going on? Why is this happening? But it's all happening for a reason. If you need to break something off, is what I'm getting. If you need to break something off, if you truly need to end something, you have the World here. It just feels like it's a continuation of oh, I don't know why I wanted to say the lesser of two evils. No, it's like the lesser selves of each of you, and it's like maybe I do see why I said the lesser of two evils. It's like the easiest thing to do is to stay with one another because you know the patterns of each person, but it's like, why are you choosing that if you're continuously, the World in reverse, going through a cycle with this, you know? If you're continuously going through a cycle, if you're continuously going through a back and forth, continuously questioning your choices. But I do feel like I said, this moon is going to bring you a lot of illumination, moon, on your own actions and maybe everybody else's, or how things are in your space. And I feel like you're going to be guarded, but it's time for a nap. It's time to let all of this in, and it's time to flow. It's time to keep going. It's time to take those emotions, go to the sea, be with you, be with those emotions, just be with yourself for a while, and then sit with it, rest on it, you know what I'm saying? Sleep on it. Okay, and I also feel like that's why you have courage here. You have the courage to get through it, as no matter how painful it is. That pain is being brought up for a reason, and it's something that you truly, seriously need to deal with in order to move forward, in order to have that success in your life. Let's get some advice for you guys. I keep hearing that song in my head. Why? Alrighty, advice for my group ones, please. It's up to you. That is so cute. Actually, I don't think I've ever gotten this card. I don't know. Guidance, good fortune, divine support, direction, trust, destiny, faith. Even if it seems like you're not making any meaningful progress, trust that you're moving in the right direction. Seeing this number is a sign that everything will work out in your favor and your dreams are about to come true. Believe in the process and stay positive. Oh, yeah. I love that. I feel like this reading was a bit jumbly, but this lesson, whatever you're learning, is going to play into different aspects of your life. And you may not realize it now, but once, like I said, that veil, I don't think the veil will be lifted, but I feel like the moon is illuminating exactly what you need to see at this time. As long as you keep following that path, then, and trusting the universe and trusting that path is, well, it's not the wrong path, guys. You're meant to be there. You're meant to go down that path. Trust it, and you will end up right where you need to be. Maybe even better than you expected. But yeah, you guys, that was your reading, my moon babes. If you would like to book a personal reading, check out the blog, anything like that, you can go ahead and click the description box below. But if this is where I leave you, that is a-okay. If you like my energy like I love yours, I will see you in the next one. Bye. What's up, my group twos? If you chose this peacock and this anime cloud, then this reading is for you. I am sorry for the shaking in advance because it's just gonna be annoying. Anyway, I have more oracle cards here for you as well, but let's start with the first one. Let's move those little charms to the side. You have confidence is your key to success, new moon in Leo. I do want to say that I did see / not see some of these cards, so some of it will be a surprise. We have regeneration, mystery, ghost pipe is the plant there. You have frustration, and then you have elixir of life, which I am going to read on in the book. Confidence is your key to success. Like I said, this is happening around a full moon in Libra. A lot of balance is being brought to your life, but in what area? Maybe it is your confidence, your self-worth is what I heard. You have regeneration here. You have frustration. With it being a box, like trying to fit into a circle, maybe you're trying to fit yourself into something that you are not at this time, or you're trying to fit into old shoes and you've grown out of them. It's kind of what I'm getting. Like you're growing a lot right now with regeneration here at a fast pace, kind of, and you may be having a hard time with recognizing yourself, I want to say, and understanding your self-worth and learning yourself because you're growing so fast. Some of you may be young, like young teen years or early college, like 18, 19, or like I said, early teens. Some of them are teen years. We have mystery here, ghost pipe. Why did this reading choose you? I feel like you're just, I don't want to say at a loss, but you're just kind of like, what the heck is going on with me and in my life at this time? Why aren't things working? Why aren't things fitting? Elixir of life. Let's see what this card is. I actually don't think I've ever pulled this card. I feel like I've seen it, but I don't think I've ever pulled it. Elixir of life. Okay, here it is. I'm only going to read this side here. I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but I will leave it here for you to pause and read yourself. But we have elixir of life, philosopher's stone. That is what that symbol is there. Embrace life fully, but remember to find balance and rest when needed. Affirmation: I embrace every day as if it is my last, so I live life to the fullest. With mystery being next to that, I really do feel like spirit is like, there's a lot of unknown, so make the most out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't think so much into how your actions are going to fit into something, or what your actions today will affect tomorrow. Loosen up a bit. It's kind of what it gives. Like, and just trust yourself. Don't second guess your choices, opinions. Like, literally, it's like the youth of life is what I'm getting here. Like I said, some of you may be young, but some of you may be like older, trying to get back to your young self. And the only thing you truly need to do, one, I will say, some of the things you did when you were young, you're not going to be able to do now if you are older. Two, find new things that bring you that young, youthful breath of life. You know what I'm saying? Find those things that pour into that. It will be a mystery, but fall into the mystery of it. Fall into the mystery of life. That's where the fun is. Confidence is your key to success. Literally delve into things like, it's like with a youth-like energy, like I was saying, like with that confidence of a child. Children are really curious beings. They will go after something if it makes them curious, if they have questions. I feel like spirit is asking you to tap into that at this time, or this moon is bringing you that, this full moon. If you hear my neighbor's dog barking, that is confirmation. But yeah, and I feel like you are just learning yourself in a new light with regeneration. You're learning yourself in a new light. You're learning the things that you do and don't like. You're learning that, hey, I do want to have fun in life, so how do I do that now? Some of you may be, like I said, this is like a young energy, but you maybe have experience in life. So some of you may be retired and you're trying to find, you know, that spark again. It's like you work for 50 plus years or whatever, and now you're like, it's a big mystery. Like, what do I do next with my time? What do I do with all this time that I have in a day now. I just heard, how can you help others? Some of you maybe need to sign up for like a charity or like charity events, food banks, things like that. Maybe philanthropic feats will be helpful at this time. Just finding something new, going after things, looking things up, delving into the mystery of life, like just finding new hobbies and understanding that mystery can be beautiful sometimes. The darkness can be beautiful sometimes. You do have a new moon here. A lot of beauty is created in the dark, and I do feel like Spirit is like, fall into it and have your fun. Have your fun. It is going to bring out frustration, and I do feel that is because this is not something that you're used to anymore. You haven't tapped into this childlike energy in a while. I feel like it is something that you are just feeling now or looking for at this time, and that elixir of life has really never left your shelves. You just need to drink it. Okay, let's move these up a bit so we can make space for the tarot cards. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to see what deck I want to use. I kind of want to use a different deck for this group for some reason. Let's go Morgan Greer Tarot. I have been using this deck quite often, but it is beautiful, very colorful. Let's see for my group 2 Spirit, what is going on with them? Why did this reading choose them? What do they need to know, hear, feel, see, and understand at this time? What is this full moon bringing them as well? It's like what do you need to know at the time of the full moon, you know? This reading is choosing you because you just so certainly need to hear it. Alrighty. For my group 2s, what is this collective need to hear at this time? We have a 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I just heard everything is not what it seems. Dun, 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 dun. Which is funny because the 7 of Cups came out right after that, which can talk about illusions, dreams, things as such. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 2 of Wands. Alrighty. Sorry, we gotta get that aesthetic together. All right, so we have the 10 of Pentacles starting. When I see this in reverse, I'm thinking about temporary things, but it kind of feels like a reminder. Spirit is like, things are temporary in life. That is just how life is. Life loves what is the word? The universe loves entropy, randomness. It loves just change. And I feel that right now a lot of that is happening in your life. With this 10 of Pentacles, can also signify the 3D world. Things may have happened in your money. Like I said, some of you may have retired. We have 555 that just hit the time. It's like, I don't know why I just felt the energy of missing out, but maybe you feel like you are missing out on certain things. Maybe you do feel like, okay, where to next? Things are up in the air, but it doesn't really feel like a bad thing. You have so many options. Things are up in the air, so you can choose from it. It's like the life is your life is your oyster. Life is your oyster at this time. And usually he's holding a world, the earth in his hands, but it looks like he's holding a pearl. Like, the world is literally your oyster. You just have to find what cup suits you, what fills your cup. It's okay if you don't know. And I feel like Spirit is asking you to have the confidence to find that. Have the confidence to go out and journey and see what your interests are. Tap into that childlike energy again. You have the Magician. Realize the world is your oyster. This is a very straightforward reading because I feel like you guys are very wise people and you've reached the point of your life where it's like, okay, how do I move forward from something that has not really moved in a long time? You know, maybe your life has been the same way in a long time, and now it's the time for a long time, and now it's the time for a spark to kind of be there. Regeneration. It's time to regenerate something within yourself. Ace of Cups being in the center of your reading. find something that's regenerating you. And the things that, like I said, you may not know what that spark is right now, but start small. Start with coloring or running outside every morning, or having a morning routine, or just something that you haven't done. Just trying new things, realizing that, hey, you don't have to fit in this box you've been in for 30 plus years. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that. You can quite literally do something else. Regeneration. It's time to, it's like it's like the oyster. The world is your oyster. The world is in your hands. Like, you have everything you need. You have all the tools you need to manifest whatever you want. And it doesn't have to be a fight, a problem, and I really feel like when you realize this, it'll feel like a kind of like a weight off your shoulders. Like, okay, I don't have to keep fighting. I don't have to keep doing all this hard work every day. It doesn't, and life doesn't have to feel like labor. And I think the US lost sight of that. But life doesn't have to feel like labor. It doesn't have to be laborious or just strenuous all the time and tedious, all the EDs, us's, whatever. It doesn't have to be like that all the time, though. You know, it can quite literally be fruitful and thriving and whatever you want it to be. You just have to allow that in, you know. I already feel like this reading is going to be like shorter because like I said, you guys very much know yourselves. I do see why the cloud came up, and then the peacock to me signifies growth, like big transformational growth, and I knew that was kind of going to come out in this reading. Sorry about that. Okay, but yeah, I knew that was going to come out in this reading. And then looking at the cloud, it's like, follow those dreams. Seven of Cups, follow those dreams, go after those choices. One day you might go ride a dragon, the next day you might go ride a mountain or climb a mountain. You know what I'm saying? Next day you may take up pottery. It's like you can do anything you put your mind to. You don't have to have all your eggs in one basket. And I really do think Spirit is asking you to recognize and realize that about yourself. You are very multifaceted, or you can be. Your dreams, you can follow your dreams. Even as this big, wise, beautiful peacock, even if you have had a lot of successes in life, it's time to look towards a future that you want. It doesn't have to be set in stone. It doesn't have to be planned and perfect. Only thing you need right now is your confidence and your ability, your confidence in your ability to get through things and fall into the mystery. Fall in love with it. Don't allow it to bring you anxiety. Not every day is going to go as planned, and maybe that's what you need. Make your own plans, Magician, if you want them. If you don't want to get out of bed all day, don't. If you want to have a super duper productive day, then do so. If you want to break your week up, then like it's your choice. It's your life. Oh, you have 1111, 1111. Wish come true. Fortune, patience, flow, self-discovery, manifestation, new beginnings. Wow. Initiative. A lucky break is on the way. This can manifest as joyful news, transformative experiences, new opportunities, or an exciting new relationship. You'll find yourself in the right place at the perfect time. This isn't mere coincidence. It's a gift from fate. Embrace this new blessing and be open to the wonderful changes it will bring into your life. With this Ace of Cups, you can literally choose the cup, or the cup may come to you. This arm is coming out of thin air. It does talk about blessings and fortune on this card. Maybe you just need the patience to do so. Although I'm not seeing that, this kind of does feel like a go out and grab it. Take life by the balls. You know what I'm saying? But that opportunity may present itself to you, and you snatch it up as it comes. You know, guys? Here is your advice card. If you would like to screenshot it, go back to it at any time. But yeah, you guys, that was your reading, my moon babes. If you would like to book a personal reading, check out the blog, do anything of that sort, go ahead and click the description box below. But if this is where I leave you, that is a-okay. If you like my energy like I love yours, I will see you in the next one. Bye.